Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me here at the Dahlia Society on this beautiful sunny spring day. Yes, here in Australia we have finally gotten to spring, and for me, not only does it mean a bit of gardening and upkeep of the yard, but I'm also thinking about beautiful spring blouses that I want to make. I wish I could bring you smell-o-vision because you can only smell the beautiful aromas here in the yard. Behind me is a gorgeous jasmine. Now, I planted that jasmine about 24 years ago, and we actually had a fence there just when the girls were little. It was a bit easier to sort of keep them in that particular part of the yard because we are on about just under an acre of land. So it was a way that I could kind of keep an eye on them and have them out here playing. And we actually ended up pulling that fence down when they all got a bit older. And I kept that one section of fence and just kept the jasmine on it. It's become this beautiful backdrop for the yard, and the scent is just incredible there. So my jasmine, I think it is a star jasmine. I better check that. I'm not sure. I'll find out what kind of jasmine it is and I will link it in the description box. And for the first time ever, most of our begonias in the yard have survived a couple of summers because we have had them for many years, and quite often the drought is it's so bad, so dry that they don't survive. But this is the second or third year now that the begonia have bloomed, and they are just magnificent, not only to look at, but just the most unbelievable scent. When I know spring's coming, when it's the first week of spring, these are always the first things that come out, and the magnolia behind me is just about finished blooming. So then I'll know that everything is going to start sprouting in the garden. It really makes you feel like coming outside and wandering around, and just the smells are just amazing. So a beautiful sunny day here. Now, before I get going on this episode and what I've got to talk about, I want to let you all know that the Vario tools, the brand new tools that sold out within a day on my store, they were incredibly popular. There are a lot of add-on tools that do come with those devices. So if you've purchased one of those and you're wondering about the clamps and the little cushions for snaps and things like that, they are all coming. I'm going to be getting hold of a lot more of the tools as well, and all the bits and pieces are going to be add-ons in the store. So they are all coming very shortly. I know a lot of you will be waiting for those. And also the Bespoke box for September, we've got launching this Sunday, the 10th at 7 p.m. It's going to be a beautiful French theme called En Plein Air. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you will know what En Plein Air is, and it's just another term for that Impressionists use for painting in the outdoors. So it means outside or in the open grand air, and it was a way that they decided to take their canvas outside and paint out in the open because the light would change, and a lot of their landscape subjects being in front of them, I think it was a lot more, gave them a lot more inspiration. And yet you can only imagine when this craze started in the early 1800s, how people would take to the gardens and parks and take their beautiful easels out and start painting. So that's kind of the theme we're going for. Bright big blue skies, lots of fresh air and spring in the air. So basically En Plein Air will be a beautiful box. There's going to be some really pretty luxury items in there as well. I can't say much more than that, other than I think you will not be disappointed. And I think a lot of you have got a bit of a visual in mind of a French style theme, what that would encompass. So yeah, I hope you are, if you're interested, make sure you head over to the website at 7 p.m. Sunday night the 10th. And also don't forget to sign up for the newsletter, because that way it will remind you. If you forget all about the boxes, I always send out a reminder the morning of the launch, so that way you won't miss out. Now, we also have our deluxe box launching towards the end of September, a very exciting theme for that too, which I'll be announcing very shortly. And you can see it's a Sunday afternoon here. It's bright and sunny. Of course, everyone starts getting the gardening tools out. The mowers are going. We've got people with their whippersnippers going. So you're going to find there'll be all sorts of background noises, as well as some beautiful birds. We've got heaps of birds in the yard at the moment. So it really is a lovely time of year. So let's get talking about what I'm wearing today. I've got a brand new make on here. Now, you might have remembered last week I spoke about wanting to make the Talia Jupe Frida blouse, and I have finished. I'm really, really happy with this one. I can't believe I haven't made one of their blouses before. I've actually made one of their coats before. It was beautiful to make as well. That was the Alex coat last month. This one is the Frida blouse, and I spoke about how Andrea has an incredible sew along there. If you're interested in following along with that, don't forget to head over to Beyond the Pink Doors website to see how Andrea has done it. She's given a few little extra hints and tips and just ideas that she's done. And I did follow her double line bodice idea. I thought it was great, so I had extra fabric that he used. So this is fabric that is from the Maison Fauve collection. It is the gorgeous viscose called Zykel, I think it's pronounced, Zykel or Zykel. It is a really lovely bohemian kind of paisley with that chartreuse and plum and a navy background. I absolutely love it. It's got a really nice neckline. This pattern is the bodice. The yoke is actually on a diagonal, and it's got a bit of gathering above the bust, but a beautiful swishy style blouse. It's got a really nice kind of 3/4 sleeve just with the cuffing added on there. A nice sort of a mandarin style collar and a lovely open neck. I really love this style neck. Sometimes you just don't feel like wearing a collar, and it's a great alternative because it feels dressy enough, but great under a jacket as well. I decided to add these beautiful little Elise Taylor buttons on mine. I'm going to show you up close so you can see just how nicely they actually match, because they've really picked up the kind of plum tones in the colour. And I am getting more Elise Taylor buttons in the store. I've just done quite a big order because I just find them the most beautiful, dainty little dressy buttons. We do have quite a good variety of buttons in the store now, but I find that if you've got a really lovely boutique style fabric and you're wanting a nice button to really accentuate the colours, yeah, I really find it just adds that little polish onto the blouse. I made the size 44, I think it was. And I think I graded to a 46 at the middle section. And I'm really glad I did, because it's not an oversized blouse. From what I've seen, a lot of the Atelier Jupe blouses are not generally oversized. But they're a really nice kind of fit for wearing with jeans or with the dressy pants or skirts. So if you're wanting something you can dress up for work or for the office or for wearing out over a pair of jeans, it is a perfect length. It sits just below the hip line, so really nice coverage. Definitely, I think it would be easy to lengthen into a tunic style or a shirt dress as well, but really happy with it. So they are the line drawings on the Frida. And these patterns are available in the store, as is this fabric, but I really love Maison Fauve fabric. It is just so unique and special. And of course, Melanie from Maison Fauve Mood over in France, she has got a new collection that we are getting in the next month or so. We're waiting for a few reprints of some of her beautiful Amalfi printed fabrics. The collection for summer that they had in France was called the Amalfi collection. So some beautiful brights and florals. I think you're going to love what she's sending over. So I really love this one from her winter collection too. So it's beautiful and vibrant, and I love her prints. So I will put up some pics so you can see exactly how my Frida blouse turned out. Now, another Atelier Jupe pattern that I want to make is called the Lynn Caftan, and that is a beautiful style caftan. I think it'd be perfect just even in the top. I might actually make it in the top or tunic version first, and then probably for summer I'll make the dress version. So I love how it's got a drawstring effect in that one as well. So I think it'd be really amazing in a viscose. That's what I've got planned. What print that is another question altogether. I would love to do it in one of the Atelier Jupe viscose prints I have in store, because I really love wearing viscose for this time of year. It's nice. It's got a nice amount of drape and swishiness to it as well. So there's plenty of mozzies around here today. I don't know what's happening, but maybe all the new blooms are bringing them all out of the woodwork. Now, the next thing I have planned is a Maison Fauve pattern, and I have just opened my very first Maison Fauve pattern up, and it's the Chelsea blouse. How beautiful are their pattern envelopes. I really love the look of that pleating front, that pin-touched kind of diagonal front with a keyhole. That is one that I really want to make next, and I've just got all the pattern pieces laid out. I really like the little booklets. Of course, they're all in English as well. If you're worried about that, definitely they've got them in French and in English, but look how beautiful the little booklets are. So you really do get a nice little experience when you're sewing Maison Fauve patterns. They've really done a great job putting the instructions together. So I'm thinking of making it with this fabric that I had a couple of offcuts. We've sold out of this fabric now, but I probably can get some more of this in. It is a Cosette fabric, and it's the Debbie Asta, I think it's called. It's got little love hearts all over it. It's a really nice viscose crepe. So I've got a couple of little pieces that were the end of the bolt, and I'm thinking that the Maison Fauve Chelsea blouse will really come up nice in that, and it's something I can wear this time of year, even with a pair of jeans as well. So yeah, I'm really excited to make that, and by the look of the pattern pieces, it looks like it's going to be a really enjoyable make as well. So that is next on the drawing board for me. And another blouse that I really would love to make, I'm going with this whole yoke kind of gathered bust feel. I really love the look of the Catherinette from Cosette Patterns as well. I'm not sure about the fabric yet, but that one only takes 1.5 meters, which is a great amount of fabric if you want a stash bust. And of course you've got the scannable instructions on there as well on the QR code, but it's saying things like a lightweight lawn or a viscose or a crepe would be just perfect in this. It's got a button through, that kind of dolman style sleeve as well, looks really interesting, and that will be the first Cosette pattern that I've made. I've sold so many of them, they've been really, really popular, but really looking forward to making that little blouse. And love the fact that you can whip up a blouse really, really quickly in a couple of days and be able to wear it as well. They're so great to wear. I do love wearing, I love making and wearing dresses, but I find that I don't always get the chance to wear a dress out, unless of course it's summertime, which I'll be living in dresses. At the moment the jeans and blouse option is looking really, really good. So that is my next make on the list. Now another pattern that I've wanted to make for quite some time now is the Kika by Fibre Mood. I would like to make the blouse version in this as well. It's got a really unusual kind of a yoke style as well. I'm going to show you the actual picture so you can see. I can put it up on the editing here. That is the Kika, and I really like the deep V-neck. I like the sleeve option for this time of year. I really like the style of that, the kind of bodice, V-neck bodice, but with that like kind of a unusual gathered puff sleeve. I really think it's lovely. So I think the blouse might come up really nice in that for something really different. So that is also another thing. And as you can see, I printed out that Fibre Mood pattern last year and never got around to making it. But I always feel like making lots of shirts and blouses this time of year. And we've got a couple of fabrics coming in this week. We've got a couple of restocks. The Fabric Godmother Astra Viscose that I wore last year in the Viva dress, which I'll put a pic up here. I've been patiently waiting all year for Fabric Godmother to finally reprint it, and yes, they have, and I've got hold of a big bolt of that coming from the UK. Should be here this week one day. So if you're interested in that, pop your name on the wait list. There's a the fabric will actually be on our shop front, saying in our email when restocked. So pop your name in the in that section. You'll be let know as soon as it arrives. So I've absolutely loved wearing that fabric, and I've had that dress since Christmas last year. I know a lot of you have been waiting on that one too, but this one I'm not sure what I'm making it with yet. It yeah. Oh, it's decisions, isn't it? It was so hard to choose a fabric. I really find I wouldn't mind making a few solid colour things for the wardrobe because I've got quite a lot of print at the moment, but I do love wearing a print with a pair of jeans. A nice floaty swishy blouse is exactly what I feel like making. Now in store you'll also notice we've got a lot of drills. Some beautiful lightweight cotton drills have arrived. There is no stretch in them, but they are perfect for making the pillar jacket from Maison Fauve as well. I have a little bit of leftover stretch denim that I would like to make mine from. I've also got some tencel stretch denims coming in that are due in any day now. That would be great for that as well. That has been one of my most popular patterns, and I know a lot of people have loved not only making it but wearing it. It's a great fit, and they're great little jackets, lightweight jackets to throw on over things like blouses and tank tops for this time of year, or even over dresses. So if you're looking for a little drill or cotton or denim jacket, the pillar is one to go for there. But I think I would make mine out of this nice Merlot stretch denim. It was a Lady McElroy, and I might not have enough to do a long sleeve. I think even a kind of 3/4 sleeve would be really nice for this time of year in the pillar jacket too. A couple of other blouses I'm revisiting that I would like to make again. The Friday Pattern Company Sagebrush is a great blouse, that nice little frill across the bust there. You could even think about lengthening the sleeve on that. The I'll tell you what's had a great reaction. The Liesl & Co patterns we had in store last week have just about sold out quite a lot of those blouses. And I didn't get a chance to grab a couple that I actually loved. One was the where is it? The Liesl & Co Geneva blouse. Now this is reminiscent of the Fibre Mood Norma. A lot of people love that, but they said it was very, very neat fitting around the tummy area. This one looks like it has a bit more ease, a bit more drape. So that's one I would love to make. And I have done another reorder for all the Liesl & Co patterns that are sold out. So yeah, put your name on the waiting list for those. I'll be restocking them hopefully in the next week or so. And also Liesl & Co's very famous gallery tunic. A lot of you went on to buy that and it's sold out too, but that is a brilliant pattern. It is a very simple tunic pattern with that inverted pleat, so it gives you that nice amount of ease through the body, but a wonderful blouse to make to wear over a pair of jeans too. So we're waiting to restock a lot of those patterns. They just sold out so quickly. So it's really nice that you guys are embracing a lot of the indie pattern brands that you may not see around so much. I think it's fabulous. It really does help me to know what I need to get more of in the store. We are also getting Dorada Davies' new Martha dress in, and a lot of people have been asking about that in printed pattern as well. So that looks like a wonderful little pattern, lovely swishy dress. So yeah, looking forward to that as well. So that's all that's happening here at the moment. I am actually getting prepared to make the pattern that's in the box for the en plein air box. It'll be coming next week. So that's one thing I'm thinking of. I've got that fabric washed and ready to go. But I think before I start on that, I'm going to get a couple of blouses made because I'm really finding I need more things like this beautiful Atelier Jupe Frida blouse. Very happy with it. And yeah, if you haven't made any Atelier Jupe patterns, they are fabulous. Don't forget that they're paper patterns. They do need to be traced because they are overlapped, but that to me is quite an enjoyable process now, one that I haven't done a lot of in the past, but don't mind doing a bit of tracing. So really, really happy. It's well worth doing. I'm going to enjoy a bit more of this sunshine and maybe get inside and start doing some planning on getting some things cut out, which is a wonderful thing to do. It's just nice when you haven't got the pressure on you, when you've got some things that you want to make, and you get a lot of that creative inspiration happening when the weather has changed for the better. So I'd love to hear what you're all making this week. Let me know in the comments below, and I will catch up with you all very shortly for the next episode. Take care. Bye for now.